Happy holidays to all of you Bears fans out there. I hope all of you guys are having a fun time at home with your family and with your friends. And currently we're just a couple days away from Christmas. And for that, I thought I'd do a little special video where I compare some of the most famous Christmas characters to their counterpart on the Chicago Bears. So pretty much I'm going to go character by character and explain to you which player on the Chicago Bears best resembles that character. So let's get right into the video. So we're going to start out with probably one of the most hated Christmas characters of all time, the Grinch. The Grinch is well known for stealing kids' presents and taking them back to his house. He's a person that doesn't like to see joy of his opponents. He doesn't like to see his opponents, which is pretty much everyone. He doesn't like to see them happy. He likes to, ruin Christmas for them, ruin their spirit, ruin their mood. And that is exactly what Eddie Jackson does for the Chicago Bears. Eddie Jackson, if you guys haven't noticed, whenever he's on the field, he takes the opposing quarterback's presents that the opposing quarterback is trying to give to his receivers, and he steals them away right from them and brings it back to the house. Just like the Grinch brings it back to his house. So Eddie Jackson, he's a nice guy on the inside, just like the Grinch is, but he likes to ruin stuff for other people. So next up is Santa's elves. Santa's little elves, they're not the biggest people, they're really short, they're bite-sized, but their personality and what they do is way bigger than the size that they have. And the heart that they put into what they do, without them, Santa's operations would not really work. And they help out with everything. They're really extremely fast at what they do because they have to be. And this is exactly what Tariq Cohen and Taylor Gabriel do for the Chicago Bears. Both of them are really short, at least for NFL standards. I mean, Tariq Cohen is just short in general, like what, 5'6"? So they're the perfect size to be Santa's little helpers. And they also work in the same way that Santa's elves do as well. They're extremely fast players. They help out with pretty much everything. Tariq Cohen is all over the field. Taylor Gabriel is used in a variety of different ways. And both of them are a huge part of making the Chicago Bears successful, just like Santa's elves are a huge part of making Christmas successful. Next up, we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, man. Probably the most well-known Christmas character besides Santa Claus. And, Rudolph, he is vital to Christmas success because without him, everything would fail. He is the leader of the entire team. He is the, cog in the well-oiled machine. And without him, the sled would probably crash and burn. And he guides the team of reindeer and Santa Claus to their final destination, their final goal of making Christmas possible. And Rudolph, he was made fun of at first. People didn't really like him at first. And he had to work his way to the top, just like Mitchell Trubisky did for the Chicago Bears. Mitchell Trubisky at first, like last year and the beginning of this year, he was hated by a lot of people. People didn't believe in him. People didn't think he could be the leader of this franchise. But Mitch Trubisky, so far, he's proven a lot of those people wrong. And he is really guiding this team to a lot of great places. He's helping this team reach their ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl. And he is also a very important cog in the machine that is the Chicago Bears. Without the right person at the helm like Mitch Trubisky, this entire thing would fail like it has in the past. So Trubisky is vital to the success of the Chicago Bears, just like Rudolph is vital to the success of Christmas. And next up we got Grandma from Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. And Grandma, if you guys haven't watched the movie, she is probably the toughest character I've seen in any Christmas movie ever because she got knocked over, straight plowed through by a team of reindeer. And reindeer are pretty heavy animals, so she got smacked by those reindeer and somehow survived the whole thing. And to do that, you have to be a really tough person. Like, no regular person could survive that. And the best comparison to Grandma on the Chicago Bears is Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio is old like Grandma, but he is a tough son of a gun just like Grandma is. Without Vic Fangio, the Chicago Bears' success would not be possible. Just like without Grandma, the spirit of Christmas in that movie, it would not be possible because Grandma was the whole heart and soul of Christmas. Just like Vic Fangio is the heart and soul of the Chicago Bears defense. Continuing with the Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer movie, we're gonna go to Jake Spankenheimer. So Jake Spankenheimer was a little boy in Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer who, really loved Grandma, and he was also a boy that, he loved Christmas, he loved the spirit of Christmas, and, under Grandma's supervision, under her guidance, he helped make Christmas possible for a lot of people. And ROQUAN Smith is just like Jake Spankenheimer, because just like Jake Spankenheimer, he's a young kid that just came in here, and under the guidance of his grandma, Vic Fangio, he is going a lot of good places. He's helping the Bears have a lot of success, and he is going to soon be the spirit and the soul of the Chicago Bears defense. Going back to the Grinch movie, next up we got Max, who was the dog from the Grinch movie. And, Max he's a straight dog, man. No matter what the Grinch told him to do, he always did it. He carried the weight of the entire, all the presents and the Grinch. And he was a fast player. He plowed through the snow. He plowed through terrible conditions. And he used to be, used and abused by the Grinch. But he still kept on going. He kept on fighting. And he had success. Just like Jordan Howard has had success with the Chicago Bears. Jordan Howard, just like Max, he's a tough player. He always plows through terrible, winter conditions. He plows through snow as well. He's always, he's a pretty fast player. Not extremely fast, but he's fast enough to, have success. And just like Max, he was also used and abused by John Fox in the previous era. John Fox used to give him the ball pretty much every play. There are some plays, there are some drives where Jordan Howard literally got the ball every single time. And man, he took a straight beating because of that. But he's still here right now, and he's still the same tough person that he always was. Now let's go to the Abominable Snowman. So the Abominable Snowman, just look at him, man. You guys already know which player I'm going to compare him to. And obviously it's going to be Khalil Mack. The Abominable Snowman, he is a straight beast. He's a monster, a freak of nature. He's huge. He's strong. He can plow through anybody that he wants. And just look at his face, man. His face just makes you scared just looking at it. Just like Khalil Mack, Mack is probably the strongest, one of the most dominant players in the entire NFL. Going up against him, you would be scared out of your mind because he's going to plow through you, push you to the ground, and he is the monster of the Chicago Bears defense. Continuing on the scary trend, let's go to Krampus. So I have not seen the Krampus movie, but from what I can tell, Krampus, he looks like a pretty scary dude. Just look at him. Like, he's kind of skinny, but he is strong as hell. He has, those two horns, which they're pretty scary, and you would not want to go against him. And his counterpart on the Bears is Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd is pretty skinny by, pass rusher standard, but he is extremely strong. He is extremely fast. He wants to eat your children just like the Krampus does, and he is the Krampus of the Chicago Bears. Let's take a look at the other reindeer that Santa has. Dasher, Comet, Cupid, Vixen, whatever the hell their names are. But, the point I'm trying to make here is that nobody really knows about these other reindeer, but these other reindeer, they are extremely important in making the whole thing work. I mean, without these other reindeer, obviously the sled would crash and burn in the ocean somewhere, because you need the right amount of reindeer. You need every single reindeer to do their job, for Santa to actually deliver his presents. So these reindeer are very underappreciated, but they're extremely important to Christmas. Just like how all of our offensive line is extremely important to the success of the Chicago Bears. Guys, without our offensive line, obviously offensive linemen are the most underappreciated people in the entire NFL, in all of sports. I mean, they do probably the toughest job out of any of the players on the field, but they never get the credit for it. A lot of people don't even know their names. But guys, I'm telling you, all those people, Charles Leno, Kyle Long, obviously he's not here right now, but Cody Whitehair, Bobby Macy, and, all the people that have been shifting in and out, James Daniel, obviously, they're all extremely important to the success of our offense. And without them, our offense would literally fail. It would crash and burn, because Trubisky, he needs time to throw the ball. Our running backs, they need holes to be opened up for them. So hats off to our offensive line for being amazing, and they are just as important as the other reindeer are to Christmas. Next up is Frosty the Snowman. So Frosty the Snowman, he is a magic little snowman that provides a lot of joy to the people that he's around. And, you know, using his magic, he was able to do some really cool things. Just like, you know, our Frosty the Snowman, Matt Nagy, has done for the Chicago Bears. Matt Nagy is a magician without a doubt. I mean, he has been doing amazing, incredible things that no other coach of the Chicago Bears has ever done. And using his magic, he's been able to provide a lot of joy to Bears fans everywhere. And last but not least, we got the most important part of Christmas, the heart and soul of Christmas itself, Santa Claus. Man, Santa Claus is without a doubt the most important part of Christmas because, you know, he really symbolizes what Christmas is. Using his powers, using, you know, everything he has, he provides so much joy, so much love to everyone around him. He's just very nice to talk to, very personable, very outgoing, very extremely nice. And he's the type of person that you would want as your grandfather or, you know, as your friend because he's just such an amazing person. He's also huge. He loves to eat. He has a very thick beard and, you know, he's the heart and soul of Christmas itself. Just like Akiem Hicks is the heart and soul of the Chicago Bears defense, man. Yeah, there are players on this defense that probably do a little bit more than him, like Khalil Mack, but Akiem Hicks, without a doubt, he is the heart and soul of this entire defense because of his personality, the way that he acts. I mean, he is probably the most easy person to talk to on this Bears team. He has such a funny personality, so nice, very friendly, very selfless, just like Santa Claus is, man. All he wants to do is to eat and, you know, provide success for his teammates. And, you know, he loves, obviously he has a beard as well, just like Santa Claus. And you cannot tell me that if you saw Akiem Hicks dressed up as Santa Claus in your local mall, that you would not sit on his lap, because obviously you would. I mean, he just looks like the most jolliest big person that you've ever seen. And without him, this defense would not be at where it is right now. He is the leader of this team, just like Santa Claus is the leader of Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. I hope you guys all have a happy holidays, and bear down.